Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's City Council meeting. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilperson Baena. Councilperson Kazarian.
Present.
Councilperson Lavasa.
Present.
Councilperson Figueroa.
Present.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez. Absent. Councilperson Solano.
Present.
Council President Ferry.
Present. All please rise to the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is public comment. I believe we have one person signed up.
Yes, looks like Mrs. Lopes.
Ma'am, if you could please state your name, first, last name, and address.
My name is Maria Elena Lopes. I live in Central Falls. I'm here just for.
Could you please get closer to the microphone? Thank you.
Yeah, fine. No, you're fine.
I'm here to invite for the work that I do for my kids. For the parent, we do every year. This is 5 years I do work for her in Central Falls High School. I invite for this year's again. I do this. I want something more to explain about the syndrome. Like everybody wants to know this syndrome. And thinks nobody or somebody don't know this. I help do more. I want to explain this more. I like you guys to put this in the CDO news or prepare. You guys can help me to explain this. I'm going to be happy. You can join for me the day too. It's going to be May 11.
At what time?
11 o'clock in Central Falls High School.
What day is it going to be?
May
May
11.
May 11.
At 4
God willing,
Saturday. It's a Saturday. Yeah,
It's Saturday.
it's a Saturday. Yeah, I believe I walked in that one year.
Yes, I can play this year too. I'm really happy.
So my child is medium, say mine, and I will be there, God willing, and I will also be supporting you back.
I can do that.
And you'd like it to be in the city, like our network out there, get the word out, is that correct? Okay, I believe we can get that done.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it short for you guys in the downstairs.
All right. Purple. Oh, I look good in purple, oh yeah.
My favorite color. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
I want to thank you too for what you've been doing for many years, creating awareness to people, 5 years already. Thank you so much for that, and it's more than happy to support you with this. Your cause.
Sure.
Good.
I'd like to note that Councilperson Rosado Martinez has arrived at 6:03.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is approval of records, meeting minutes from March 11th, 2024 council meeting.
Has everyone reviewed the minutes? Everything looking in order?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Franklin, seconded by Tasha. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda, under item 5, is executive communication, Department Financial Reports for March 2024. City Clerk's Office, Central Falls Police Department, Central Falls Fire Department, and Department of Public Works and Code Enforcement.
Once again, has everybody reviewed the minutes? Any questions on?
Yeah, actually, Council President, I had a question, and I just want to thank RJ for getting on the phone with me today before the meeting. Just for the record, the questions that I had, which RJ graciously agreed to help me figure out, was there's one page that has the Department of Code Enforcement monthly report, and just was wondering about the column where it says cost and the relevance to us. Like, it's good to see it, but I guess I was wondering, just clarity around, like, that is the cost I assume that someone would undertake with whatever permit they are requesting. But I guess, just wondered what that specifically meant for us as we're reviewing this. And then one of the other questions I had, and RJ said that he would look into that. And one of the other questions I had were, every month we get this report, and at the bottom you'll see that it says, complaints in progress, accumulation on property, rubbish, garbage, etc. And it'll show the amount of calls and emails and, things that they're working on. And every month we see similar numbers of 1,000 plus or 100 plus, etc. And so one of the things I talked to RJ about was just getting a better understanding of where exactly these calls and correspondence stands. Is it new ones coming in? Like, how do we know what's been resolved or not resolved, and how do we know what's backlog or not? So just, because it's in the report, it just, would be helpful to get additional information, which RJ is also working on with DPW. And then one last one that I thought of after we hung up, RJ, so I didn't get to ask this one, but right following that report, there's a spreadsheet with the names, addresses,
Following the code enforcement?
Yeah, yes, exactly. And so there's a column that says total paid, and some say 0. So I just wondered, why that would be. But again, I know that that's something that you would have to look into. So, but I just wanted to put it on the record that was a question I had.
Okay. So did RJ satisfy your questions?
He's gonna be looking into them, so, hoping that maybe by next meeting, or if RJ can just call. I mean, it would be nice to answer in the public setting, just for people to know, but, yeah, just wanted to note that those were some of the questions I had about that
Okay.
specifically.
So we'll be looking forward to it next meeting.
Thank you.
Anyone else, any questions on the reports of the departments? Seeing none, hearing none, looking for a motion to pass those reports collectively. So, Franklin, we have a second?
Second.
Raphael. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion passes 7-0. Next item under new business, election of special constable pursuant to Rhode Island General Law 45-16-8. We have Mr. Robert Martino of 351 Princess Ave, Cranston, Rhode Island. He's here for a constable renewal. Mr. Martino is here. Please.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. President.
You're from Cranston, you're doing some work in the city.
Yes.
I reviewed, I have no questions of the applicant. Anyone else?
No, I just want to say that Mr. Martino is already retired, but he was still busy and doing things, and which is good, so to maintain good energy, right?
She's busy.
It's motion to approve.
Have a motion by Councilman Salam, is there a second?
I'll second.
Raphael, and I'll vote. Any further discussion of the applicant? Hearing none, seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Best of luck.
Next item, under item B, is City Council sitting as Board of Licensing Commissioners, consideration of petition of licenses. We have Principan LLC, doing business as Principan Taqueria, 355 Broad Street, owner Mr. Diego Alcantara. And here he's applying for B Limited, new, and a sidewalk license, Mr. Alcantara.
Hi, good evening. The only question I have, you're looking also for a sidewalk license.
Correct.
Meaning you're gonna have tables outside.
Yes.
You know what we would need some type of diagram.
I believe it's in, he might have included it, should be in
I
the,
didn't see it. Is it in there?
if not, we can certainly provide you with one.
Your food is excellent, by the way. First
Thank
time I
you.
had it. So where would you put the tables? If you're facing, if you're off to the right, now you don't have a drive-through window, correct?
No, we don't.
Okay, and you have no plans for one?
No,
Because if you have tables outside and a drive-through window.
no. So we're gonna be utilizing some of that space, which is if the restaurant is facing the front of Broad Street,
Yeah.
and you're on the right side.
That's what I
Right
thought.
between Bank of
I
America,
rode by there yesterday.
with removable chairs and tables every day and night, so when it happens.
Council President, there is one in the packet, I'll be sure to include one for the next time, and I'll support it to you guys once I have it.
Okay, that's super. Any questions of the applicant? Everybody's familiar with where the restaurants are located?
Well, the question that I would like to ask is if you want to have table outside, after they put the table, it's supposed to have 3 feet away from, that question is for solicitor.
Yeah, if you just make sure that there's 3 feet of passable space on the sidewalk, you can have tables and chairs up to that 3 foot. That's required by the Americans with Disabilities Act for wheelchairs. as well.
Okay. Yeah, well, we're not really putting it on the sidewalk, it's basically on the side of the, so no sidewalk will be utilized for this.
How's business going?
Oh, no, well, life changed for us,
Can't
for a
complain.
lot of people.
Now you
Right
get,
now, yeah.
get some good weather coming too. that'll help.
Yeah, so it'll be very nice for us and for everybody.
You have the opportunity to have people out there today, 3:30 to watch the October quiz, watching the October quiz.
No, I too busy working.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, would you brought the taco?
No, but I'll definitely.
I just kidding.
Next time. for
Just
sure.
wanna congratulate you. I know you're number one, I believe, in Rhode Island, one of the best taco in Rhode Island. And I have people in Massachusetts who mentioned that it was very nice. It's good for us.
Thank you. No, thank you guys for allowing me and my family to do business here. We're very grateful and always
Great job.
thankful for you guys.
Mr. President, I did have one question. Diego, you guys are also applying for a liquor license.
Correct.
Will you be selling liquor outside?
Yes.
Okay. What would that, is that, I remember when we were having these conversations around sidewalk cafes with other businesses, that there were some restrictions or some things that needed to be satisfied in order to be able to sell the liquor outside as well. So I just wanna make sure that you're in compliance, that's why I'm asking. Cause there were other businesses, that have come before us and asked for similar stuff, but I know that we had to implement some stuff for them, so I just wanna make sure you're in compliance, so I guess.
I believe that as long as it's not, the reason some of the other issues had is because they were taking it from the building and actually walking onto the sidewalk around the building and into the parking lot. He's not leaving his property at all, he's on the sidewalk.
Okay.
His sidewalk cafe is adjacent to the building, it's
Yep.
on the property, doesn't touch the sidewalk.
Would it need to be like closed in any way?
It does have to be closed in, it does have to be secured, it has to have a way so the cars can't go on there.
Yep.
And I believe code will go out, and I think police and fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want you
Yeah.
to be
Thank
successful,
Thank
which
you.
is why I'm
No,
asking.
thank you.
So that way, you know, you're in compliance and then no one can say, hey, you need to take this down.
Correct, yeah,
You
well, thank you.
Okay.
Any further questions or the applicant?
I make a motion to approve, the liquor license application and the, sidewalk cafe license application collectively.
Sure.
Second.
We have motion, Natasha, and effect to approve collectively. Roll call vote?
Certainly. Councilperson Diana?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Mabasa?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Council President Perry?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck with your business.
Next item on the agenda is Rui LLC doing business as Culture Mixed Family Restaurant, 915 Dexter Street. We have Ms. Olga Leticia Suacido Rodriguez here. They're applying for an A restaurant here.
Aye.
How are you? Is everyone familiar at that address on Dexter Street?
Yeah, it's the old Georgia's, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. Is there questions of the applicant?
I just noticed, and it's not like a huge deal, but I noticed that, for Tucson, there was a business plan, and I believe for every new business, there has been a business plan included with the application. But there's not one with this one. And so, yes, one question is, for you, is what kind of food will you be selling?
Okay, like everybody knows before, it was Georgia restaurant. I used to work there a long time ago. So I'm familiar with the restaurant. This is the first time that I gonna start a business. I did my 9 years as a district manager for nursing homes. So I'm leaving to start a new business, which I study on my certification as a chef. Our restaurant is gonna be, we want to do something new in Central Coast. We're gonna have American food, Mexican food, Brazilian food, and sushi, Japanese food.
What about Dominican food?
We're gonna do. So we're gonna try to do like a little international food. That's why it's the name Cultura Mixta, because we think that Central Coast, it's a good place and we need to grow up. And I explain all the time, like having more cultures and the food will be better for everybody. So it's gonna be all that kind of food. I'm not a curse Dominican. My kids are a half Mexican and a half Dominican. It has to be.
Viva Mexico!
Can you make sure the sushi, you have cooked options?
Oh, we got it. We're gonna have any kind of sushi.
Awesome.
So something new that we're gonna have every day from 4 p.m. and after every day.
We do have 2 Italian families.
And we got like how much each back. My partner is chef of sushi for 15 years. And he's from Brazil, so
Oh, that sounds amazing.
we're gonna have something
Yeah.
nice.
This is gonna be
That's what we try.
The hours are 5 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yes.
Wow. It's a long day.
It's just because we're gonna have like dinner. We're gonna have dinner like Mexican. The sushi is gonna be from 4 p.m. after. So usually sushi is more like on the night,
Yeah.
things like that. Then the morning nobody usually
How many, I'm sorry, go ahead, Rafael.
So, so I assume you are safe certified, right?
We all are,
Okay, yeah.
we have 3 people who are certified.
Another question I have myself. So sushi is a special license for sushi?
No, it is not. We just need to get control how we're gonna use the rice. It's more the rice than the fish. We gotta provide it that it's coming, the fish is coming every day in the morning, so we have this Tony seafood that is gonna be provided us every day with it. Cause it's more the rice that's seeded of the rice.
Yes, yes.
So we're gonna be record. It's pH, but they use pH that you need to cool it down, put it in the fridge. We're not using that. We're gonna do the time, which is the record, the time. Every 4 hours, we have to throw away the rice. It's more like that. You don't need a specialized. We
Great.
told them we do, but no.
That's a good idea, because the rice is very thin.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Franklin?
So I just want to say that I always think that the world is well designed for those who take the chances, and I want to congratulate you for making the decision to open up your business and choose the city of Central Falls to do so. So wish you the best of luck, assuming that you're gonna get approved tonight, so best of luck.
When do you plan on opening?
Right now, we're just waiting for the electrical inspector and the,
Fire inspector?
no, the plumbing, the fire inspector already went. I already notarized to the Central Falls. And we're just waiting for that. And then we already had the food license approved, so we're just waiting for those to start.
Anyone else?
I just want to say, knowing your family, that, you know, really it's big for you. and
Yes.
For your family, so congratulations.
Thank you so much. I know you for many years.
Yes.
Finally, I'm gonna do what I love. I love to be carrying the nursing home people, and I'm feeling like sad that right now it's a hard decision, 9 years being supporting them, and I was like district manager for the kitchen, so being like leaving buildings for do this is for me something really hard to do, but this is my dream and something, I want something different for our city. I've been living here for almost 24 years, so, on Central Falls, so.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Franklin to
I'll
approve,
second.
second by Loretta. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Motion passes 7-0. Next item on the agenda, under new business, is entertainment license, new, Pentasito Restaurant Bar and Grill LLC, doing business as Pentasito Restaurant Bar and Grill, 531 Dexter Street. We have Oscar Pozuelos.
This is our manager, and I'm with PR. So our hope was to kind of let the community know that as of July of last year, we have new ownership, which is one. His English is a little broken, so we're not trying to team up, but that's why we're here to represent him in the best way we can. I'm in charge of all the legal stuff, make sure that we're licensed and everything. He has a lot of reputation in Boston with different bars and restaurants. And then as of, when he's the investor with just trying to make his dream come true here. And basically what we're looking for is a license to be able to put music. We understand that we are in a commercial building, so we're just hoping that maybe the committee could see that by putting a little bit of music, it gets a little bit more entertainment inside, maybe a TV to watch a sport game or something like that. We also sell food inside, so it's not just a bar where you go and drink.
And how often do you want to play music?
Well, that's all we do. So we're thinking about like in the morning hours, we open around 10, not to do anything, and then start like maybe the entertainment afternoon, after like lunchtime, and then cut the lights off at 1 sharp. Like start to transition before the 1 o'clock so that it's completely over by 1 o'clock. Not like we're gonna stop at 1, then there's a big noise until 2, because they have experience, especially with Omar, in this type of world where he manages that very well, so.
It says jukebox. Is that the entertainment?
Yeah, so
Oh,
We're not
okay,
looking-
so I thought you were gonna have
we're
a
not
band
looking for
every
a
night.
band.
at
I mean, we're
10.
hoping in the future if things work, but it's a small place, you know, and we're right next to Stanley's and the bakery. But it's a jukebox basically with
it's
a
a
few little
jukebox.
speakers and an iPod, basically.
And the jukebox is inside.
It's inside, yeah.
Okay, I was confused, I said, you
I know.
know, that's the jukebox, it is entertainment, yes, but it's not like
Just to be able to play some
having live
music.
music every night.
Councilman,
I'm sorry.
I do
Jim.
have a question. Not to bring up, something that you're not responsible for, but in the past, we did have issues with this, restaurant. As far as the music, interrupting and being a disturbance to the neighbor.
Yes,
And I got many calls about the loudness of the music coming from the establishment.
yes,
So I wanted you to be aware of that.
I can
I'm
address
not
that.
holding that against you for this application, but I would like to see what you plan on doing
Yeah.
to control that and to work with your neighbors.
Perfect, and I'm glad that you mentioned that because that was kind of like the big thing at least on our agenda, but, so I do understand that the person directly above us, he said it's a husband and wife, and she does have, I think some problems in her, handicap. So what happened was that, and it's been better since July, since the new ownership, but, even if you hear a slight thump, even just a little bit, she calls, and then what happens is they turn it down because they have that, they're aware of the situation for her. But it is a commercial building, and we're also thinking about putting insulation between the drop ceiling to the top, and just kind of making it so that at least it dampens a little bit more. But we're also, I mean, the fact is, Mr. Juan has invested a little bit of money into the situation, and if you don't put at least some sort of music, they'll go next door, which has the license for entertainment. So that's kind of like, but we are aware of this, so we are looking to do installation between that, and we're also hoping the baby sitter. I have many texts from them that they've reached out to me, so I'm kind of like a mediator between them and two. But I do want the committee to at least to please consider the fact that it is a bar, and it's and during at least some hours there will be some music being played. And if you guys suggest,
I just wanted to make sure you knew what happened prior.
I
so
do.
that
We're
doesn't
actually
happen.
very aware of the
We don't want
situation.
that to happen again where it becomes a problem. So I don't wanna say no to you because I want, if you're willing to work on something to try
Yeah,
to
so,
mediate
So Omar is the one that would come up with our plan. He's the one that designs the plan and says, okay, guys, this is the way we're gonna work, because we wanna be good with our neighbors, but they're like directly above us. So, we were even willing to even try to, even help out with a little bit of rent money so they can be a little bit more comfortable. I spoke with the owner of the management company. I even spoke with the guy who lives there, and I says, we're willing to help you with rent, to just, because to be honest with you, just a little bit of noise, they called because she does have some handicap problems. So I feel bad in that sense, but we're also trying to run a business.
So let me get this clear. The entertainment is not only jukebox,
It
correct?
is only, yeah, an iPod, yeah. It's a little.
Okay,
jukebox.
all right, I thought you said some nights were, I
No.
might have misunderstood.
No, there's gonna be no live entertainment at all.
Okay, that was my next
If maybe
question.
some guys start singing, that's a whole different issue, but if it's just gonna be a jukebox.
And the other question.
Yes.
The owner is from Revere, Mass,
Oh my goodness.
so you're gonna travel from Revere, Mass every day?
That's not Mahad, the Revere.
He's been traveling.
God bless you.
He has a good management company, so, and
So you're gonna have to come all the time?
I'm local.
I mean, I'm not holding that against you, I'm just saying, wow.
It's,
Revere, Mass every day is.
one of the big reasons is because Central Falls has a big Guatemalan community, and so there's catering to that. In Central Falls is known for that, so they kind of, the music, maybe there's a show on TV and the food that they sell kind of caters to that demographic. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yes, I just want to point it out. I just want to talk about what just
Yes,
Councilman
please.
Casario mentioned, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're aware of the
Yeah,
situation in the
100%.
past. And I'm also glad that you are doing have the step forward to try to prevent the same thing to happen. And also see that you do research and wanna,
We
capture
came
those business.
prepared. We're not, we're hoping we fall into grace, but we also came prepared because, I spoke with the fire chief, with the police chief too, as well. He's like, hey, I've had problems there before. I said, if you could just consider that we're new management and he has a great manager. So, I mean, this is, we're very excited. We do have a liquor license, but I don't know how to run a bar, but this man here does. And he's got a good resume. So, and then he's investing money, so we're just trying to save, that American dream on that end.
Welcome to the city.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
The speakers,
Like,
is there a way to, cause there's like the ones that go up on
the walls.
like next to the
Yeah.
ceiling,
Yeah.
and so I assume that that's why,
I could, you know what?
like, could they be put on the floor? I don't know.
So, Omar's got a plan. He's got a plan to kind of restructure that. And I think they are gonna bring them down because that was the old way of doing things. With the installation and everything, we are, by the way, Juan goes upstairs every night just to walk through the hallways and go, okay. But we are gonna say it, but we have to at least turn it up a little bit. Now, we can't come up with a plan at certain hours. It just starts to diminish down towards the end of the night because people have to sleep, but it is a commercial.
Yeah, and that way you can dictate like, hey, we're getting ready to go,
Oh, yeah.
When you start turning it down, people
Like,
are
yeah,
like,
he
oh,
does,
no te están echando.
like you see, yeah.
We have a plan where, like we said, we're gonna turn it down way before in advance. So we're gonna make sure that at 1 o'clock, there's nobody in the building. So far, we have a great relationship with the Stanley's owner next door. He goes to eat there almost every day.
Nice.
Even though he has Stanley's.
Exactly, yeah, he gets Stanley, but he goes to eat almost every day. Yeah, we have really good food, good tacos. So far, people are loving it. They love the energy behind it. It's calm. A lot of people do mention, hey, it's way different than before. It's way relaxed. They tell us about the history. They tell us about the past problems. They ask about why do we have the same name? I say because the name is catchy. We liked it, but we're giving it a whole new image.
And it might include the name, But it's brighter, it's not dark.
Exactly.
It's brighter, there's gonna be TVs on the bar, so people can at least watch a game or something like that. It's kind of like, more like the American type of bar and grill, but giving it to the Guatemalan community. So it's kind of different on that.
I believe the windows were like
tinted?
Yeah, and like, is that staying like that?
I'm not sure if Omar has that in his plan.
No, we took some out. We took some of the tint out.
I want people to see inside.
Right,
life.
especially if you're selling
I think
food.
once
then it's
Omar
different.
and Juan kind of like restructure that part that he says, I would consider take the tint off, let it be bright, so that people, it's not a dark place where there's plenty of sunlight that gets in.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we definitely give it more of a family vibe.
Yeah.
We basically stopped all the old customers that used to come in and pretty much thought it was the same thing.
Yeah.
All that stopped. It's a new clientele. So it's a new image now, and people are loving it. It's definitely a new environment.
Anyone else? Is there a motion? Looking for a motion.
Yeah, sure, I'll make the motion.
Motion by Kevin to approve, second by Rafael. Roll call vote.
Councilperson Diana?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Lavasa?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Council President Perry?
Yes, and best of luck.
Vote passes 7-0.
Thank you so much.
Anytime you guys want to stop by and try the food,
Yeah,
our
like,
tacos
So
are great.
you're like,
Our tacos are great also. I think we actually are Mexican, so we definitely infused the authentic Mexican dishes in there.
Okay.
We kept the Guatemalan and Central American dishes in too. So yeah, you should combine stuff and try the food.
All right, I have a family,
Yeah,
so it has to be family. Yeah.
So, yep, sounds good.
We have to find out how good is it, like you say.
Exactly. You won't be regret.
All right,
Good luck with that. Gracias.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda, under item 7, schedule of bills, hearings, and consideration. Number I is resolution honoring April 22nd to the 26th, 2024, as after-school professionals week in Central Falls, introduced by Councilperson Bynum.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is a resolution I introduce every year. One of my priorities is youth and full-time programming and just opportunities for them. As we know, we're working on a community center in Central Falls, but we currently don't have one. And so this resolution just honors and celebrates all of the out-of-school time professionals that work with our kids. So that's why I introduced it. It's just in celebration of after school. That in the resolution that I have, there's a 2021 at the top. And we're looking just for your support and introducing that. It was sent with the original agenda.
Anyone else? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Councilman, we need a motion.
Okay, I'm sorry. Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to.
I'll second.
Approve. Councilman Terrian, Councilwoman Lavasier. To approve. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. I'm sorry.
Motion passes 7-0. Next item on the agenda under 2 is a resolution in support of city housing authorities, HB 8061 and SB 2765. Councilman Ferry by request.
Yeah, I don't think, did you people get those resolutions?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I didn't get my own last minute. But it's in support of the 2 bills, correct? If Matt might want to give some background on those 2 bills that are being introduced.
Sure, Mr. President. This came about at one of your prior meetings when both the Housing Authority and the city were looking at the enabling statute for who could be appointed to the Housing Authority Board, which is 5 members. And it came to my attention in doing the research that there's actually 2 sections of the state law where there was reference to Central Falls: town housing authorities and city housing authorities. So I pulled this up just so you have it. The town housing authority section is 45-26-4, and the city housing authority section is 45-25-10. So we had Central Falls located in the town section and the city section, and it was kind of, not to use a legal term, but it's kind of a mess in the way that the statute laid out who could be a member and what terms. And so doing some additional research, we realized that every other major city or town had created their own section with their own rules. So what we did was we just took the latest one that was drafted and passed by the General Assembly, which is the city of Pawtucket, and copied it and proposed, and you'll see in both of the House bills sponsored by Representative Alzate, 8061, and the Senate bill sponsored by Senator Acosta, that they both add that new section, but then they delete the section or town housing authorities, because obviously we're not a town.
We were part of the town many moons ago. Does everyone fully understand that explanation? There we go. Looking for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Solano,
Second.
second by Councilman Kazarian. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion passes 7-0. Next item on the agenda, under item 3, is a resolution in support of the Education Equity and Property Tax Relief Act. Bill SB 2558, carried by request.
Again, Matt, if you can explain, I think we touched on that also a meeting ago or two.
Yeah, Mr. President, this is legislation by Education Chairwoman Sandra Cano, and the bill is Senate Bill 2558, and it deals with two issues that are really core to the future of Central Falls public schools. One of which is funding for multilingual learners. Currently, it was $5 million a year, and it was $15 million a year. The current budget the governor has at $25 million a year, but it's what's called categorical funding. So it's in the budget as a category, which means that any given year they can lower it, they can raise it, they can eliminate it. What Senator Cano's bill does is it adds multilingual learner funding into the core education funding formula, so that it's based on data and not the whims of the political day. Similarly, and we talked about this, as you said, Mr. President, 2 months ago, there's something called the Student Success Factor, which is supposed to be a gauge of poverty, and they've been moving what poverty means. It used to be, right now it's it used to be who's eligible for free and reduced lunch, which meant 97% of Central Falls was considered poor. And their current metric, which I'm forgetting off the top of my head, it's not Medicaid eligibility, food stamp eligibility. Only 70% of Central Falls children are considered poor because they don't count undocumented kids, because undocumented kids aren't eligible for food stamps. So this would change, like the multilingual learner funding, it would change student success factor funding to a more equitable fund. And because it's so closely aligned with the city's education agenda at the State House, put it before the council for your consideration.
Thank you. Any questions of the solicitor? Hearing none, seeing none, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Solano.
I do have a question. Sorry. Matt, the resolution we passed last month, is it related to this bill? Like, was the bill maybe established because of that resolution?
I don't think they're related, so, no, I don't think they're related.
Okay.
I think,
Ultimately, the way this will get fixed is in the budget, which is gonna be, it's the way the budget process works, the governor sends to the House, then the House sends to the Senate, so I think probably the state budget will come out like the last week of May or the first week of June, and all, efforts, whether it's introducing Senate legislation or House legislation or council resolutions, are trying to pressure decision makers in the House Finance Committee to relook at this matter. But in reality, it won't be passing a bill, it'll be whether it's included in the state budget or not.
Thank you.
Sure.
And I will be able to answer.
I think before we continue discussion, there's a motion on the floor.
Wait, there is, yes, she wanted to speak briefly. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, over. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye, and you may note that Councilwoman Bain recused herself.
Motion passes 6-0 with one recusal.
Thank you.
Next item, under number 4, resolution in support of making an appropriation of $78 million to the Rhode Island Transit Authority, known as RIPTA, House Bill 7774, introduced by Councilperson Diana.
Yeah, so, the reason why I wanted to introduce the resolution supporting this bill, is because we know that, RIPTA, or public transportation, has been underfunded for many years. Now there's gonna be some route cuts coming, and even frequency cuts, and that is going to be affecting, the residents of Central Falls and even our neighbors in Kentucky. And, based on the, RIPTA 2019 State of the System report, it looks like RIPTA riders, the majority of RIPTA riders identify as people of color, or BIPOC, which our community is made up of, also majority BIPOC. And so, we know that in Central Falls, or communities like Central Falls, there's also a high percentage of residents that don't have access to a private vehicle, which makes them rely on public transportation. And so, essentially, what this resolution aims to do is support funding, not cuts, to RIPTA, so that way we don't have to lose routes or frequency of access to the buses here in Central.
Do you know if there's a mirrored Senate bill?
Not as of right now, I don't think, not when I last looked, but if there is, then I can propose a resolution supporting that Senate bill. But
Okay.
as of right now, I can't see that.
Any discussion? Is there a motion?
So
I'll make a
moved.
motion.
Second.
Second by Logan, second by Franklin. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Motion passes 7-0. Next item on the agenda, under item 8, is adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved. I'll second.
Motion. Tatiana and Logan. We stand adjourned at 7:47.
6:47.
6:47. We came close to the record. Thank you for that correction.
Thank you.
And my mom was but then I lost her. And her and my dad would be easy. Just door. And I'm like, I don't know Thank you. Planning to open restaurant right now.
All right. Oh, yes.
But I want to start for,
You would have to see the gentleman right there, who is Alberto.
for vacation. High school, so I don't graduate. So can I apply for right next to my
That would go, to be able to do a fence down there, that would be through, but, then have to, the city takes off and coming from city council. And Alberto can put you in the way. All right, I'm the only one that signs for the police department's habit, he's the one who should.
Okay.
All right?
Alberto, entonces, I want to.
Yeah, all right, let me look at the other.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, but I don't know.
I'll get it done.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to see you.
Hola.
I don't want to know. I was gonna check. I knew we were going.
I was working.
Like you're. Is this stuff you put in the wall? Is that your
Thank you.
You guys are great.
Goodbye, Kevin. Thank you.
Creo que no, porque ya se está preparando el terreno para hacer el gran puente.
It's the same thing, I kept looking at the document, I mean, all the other corrections, and then that one I missed for some Yeah, it's like,
So right now.
You know what, I was reading this document.
Yeah, that is like you're in there.
I'm open, but you know.
Que yo consiga
Yes,
I made.
The thing is, when you
investigated I am the first.
pero yo no sé si está, o sea, si está aquí. Pero no sé de quién es. O sea, quiero ser pero quiere adquirir así. No estoy seguro, pero primero que averiguar si ya está en algo que para yo pueda tener.
Eso que, eso aquí Alberto.
¿Tú le puedes preguntar? ¿De quién es bien? Porque él sabe todo. Bueno, hay varios.
Even though, like, some people.
Y si no está disponible, si no está ocupado por esa fecha, ya hace cualquier cosa. Bueno, siempre vamos a tener prueba oficial, ya vamos a primer piso. Yo le puedo cada hora, pero solamente en horario de.
Yeah, but some people feel like it's.
¿Qué puedo hacer?
Yeah, I guess, like, not me specifically, but like, I've said it to some people, I'm like, oh, that's me, older women, and they'll say like, and I'm like, I don't know, what's that?
Thank you.
No, porque sí, mi hermana me dijo, ella le dieron rajitas
Tired? That election kicked my butt. The election. Last week I was non-stop. And that was like her first statewide, so it wasn't bad. To be a third. First was, Brett Smiley was first, Senator Carter was second, and Emma I think Reggie was the 6th or 7th.
Is that one of the servants? One of the delegates?
Yeah, 7 delegates. ¿Sí lo ven? Bien. Sí, es un proceso, pero estamos bien.
Necesitan a Mavi, que tiene una aplicación, un formulario que se tiene que llenar. no creo que le cobran
I'll see
nada
you
por
tomorrow.
ser residente, pero eso
Yes, sir, because you have to sign something. You have to sign one. I have to correct it first.
siempre se han
And then I y'all gonna do it tomorrow?
y dependiendo de que digamos si va
I
a
do it,
haber
I'll do it downstairs.
entonces necesita hacer con Alberto un entertainment license. Si va a haber México, necesita hacer un liquor license. Sí.
También hay la lista.
Sí, y
Well,
con la
for
licencia de alcohol hacen que hablen con el
I appreciate that.
They might drive.
Yeah.
de una manera preguntar
The kid from PC also decided to go
hay
into a job.
veces dependiendo de cuánta gente se ve, le hacen que contrate a uno de ellos.
No,
Pero-
pero se pagan los acuerdos.
Sí, es que no, ellos, yo digo, pues si a mí me dijeran que fuera a un evento de esos, para mí haría gastar,
Alberto sabe.
a ganarme 56